Hey Beardos, welcome back to Graybeard Disc Golf. I got something very exciting. I just picked this up today from Tombstone Discs down in Nanaimo, and I'm excited to throw it on camera for you today. It is the Silva Saarinen Particle Glow Proton Soft Proxy. This thing just looks gorgeous, and I love the pink. It's almost watermelony. It's got some great swirls to the edge. I'll get a close-up here for you as well. And I've been dying to get my hands on one of these Proton Soft Proxies. And get some throws on it and see if it might make my bag. I don't have a Proxy in my bag right now. I do have a handful of other Proxies though. So I have a Total Eclipse Proxy. I've got a Cosmic Electron in medium. And I also have a regular Neutron Proxy that I bought from She Dies Her Discs. This was one of her dies. And so I'm going to throw all four of these here on this hole. I've set myself up about 210 feet from the basket. You can see it down there. And we're just going to put some throws on these. And then after I've done throwing, we're going to talk a little bit about it. And then I'm going to hit a couple of the holes on the course here. And I'll just be throwing this one on the holes to see how well we can shape them. All right, let's have a couple rips. Oh, nice and straight. Look at that. Ended up just beautiful. I probably could have fired that right at the basket. I was expecting it to turn a little bit. Let's see how the Total Eclipse flies. See if we can't get this out flat as well. Oh, dead straight again. Wow, okay, 2 for 2. All right, Cosmic Electron. Oh, I think I put a bit of ante on that. I'm going to chalk that up to my throw, I think. That came out with a little too flat, a little bit of pulled it. And finally, just a straight Neutron. Very, very slimmer again on that other line, but again, pretty well dead straight. Well, if nothing else, we know they all fly exactly like you want a Proton to, or a Proxy to fly. Let's go down, pick them up, have a chat about them, and come on back and have a few more throws. So I'm going to talk a little bit about those discs as we walk up to pick them up. The Proxy is a real staple in many people's bags. As a throwing putter, it's probably one of the best known throwing putters out there. It's also available in a ton of plastics. You can get it in a number of different formats, from Total Eclipse to regular Eclipse, Neutron, Proton, Cosmic. It's available in so many different versions. And as we just saw, they all pretty well fly exactly the same. I would have expected the Total Eclipse to be a little bit more overstable, but it still flew pretty dead straight. All right, so these two that I turned over, let's have a quick look. This one right here, a little bit short, and then the other one over in there. Now the first two, the Total Eclipse and the new Proton Soft, ended up pretty good. Whoa, look at that. Right on top of each other. You know what? We're pretty close. Let's give them some putts. You know, I guess it wouldn't be a putter review if we didn't actually talk a little bit about how they are as putters. So let's give them some putts. How far am I here? Let's mark that. I am 1, 2, 4, 5, 15-ish feet. That's getting close to the edge of my really comfortable range for putting. Oh, that feels really nice. As a putter, I putt with Pures normally, and I quite love the feel of Pures. They don't glide nearly as much as I think as I would love. Ooh, a little high. Oh, miss. That was a yip. Yeah, these feel really good as a putting putter. I don't know any people really that throw them as a putting putter. As a thrower, they're definitely well known. A lot of people use them as throwers, but as a putting putter, not so much. All right, we're back down here. I'm actually kind of part of about 100 feet away from the tee on 13. You've seen me throw this for long turnover shots before. The last video I did with the Sagara, you saw me throw this from 300 feet. So here at about 210 feet, it's about perfect, I think, for this disc. But I think, let's zoom in a little bit so you can actually see the flight a bit better. All right, here we go. Now, assuming I can keep the disc in frame, we should be able to see this fly. All right, same flight. We're just going to put it out there. Tiny bit of hyzer, maybe get it to flip up. I'm going to shoot this straight at the basket. Beautiful. So now that little bit of hyzer that I put on it, you saw it held that and was able to keep pushing straight, and then it had a little bit more stability at the end just from adding that little bit of hyzer at the beginning. Let's do the same order again. Let's do the Total Eclipse. A little bit of hyzer. That went up a bit higher. I think I nosed that up, so that's going to be a bit more stable. All right, Neutron. A little bit of hyzer. Yep, it definitely held it. What a great flight. Yeah, you know, if you really want to throw that on any angle, it'll hold it. All right, last one, Cosmic Electron Medium. Oh, that flipped right up. That's a crush. Oh, nice. Excellent. All right, so we can see all four of those discs. I think, even though I threw them a little bit differently, I think all four of them pretty well flew exactly how you want a Proxy to fly. Okay, so I've got these. You can see these all ended up pretty close. Really good consistency, which, you know, it's exactly what you expect from the Proxy. But we're going to do a slightly longer putt. Let's see how these handle a slightly longer putt. Let's see. From here, I'm 11. Okay, so this is right at the edge of C1. This is 33 feet. See if I can get one, actually. That'd be great. Okay. Silva. Put that down. Give myself an actual chance here. Oh, nice. Good look. Nice and flat. Stayed nice and flat. Oh. And that one hyzered out a little bit. All right. See if we can get one at least. There we go. All right, we got two. 2 for 4. Not bad at all. All right, so definitely, that's surprising me, actually, how good it feels in my hand as a putting putter. I never even really considered the Proxy as a putting putter. I think when I started playing disc golf, my first putters were P2s, and I had an Aviar and a couple of Daredevil discs actually as well. But they're quite deep. The Proxy isn't as deep as many of those, so it has a much better feeling in my hand. I prefer shallower discs for putting, and honestly, correct me if I'm wrong, put it in the comments if you think that the Proxy is a deep putter or a shallow putter. I don't really have enough experience to kind of compare that much, but I really quite like the feel of these in my hand as I'm putting. I don't think it's going to replace my Pure anytime soon, but hey, you never know. I think the only disc I bagged that I would never really replace is the Zone. So that spot might be up for grabs. All right. I'm going to try forehanding these. We'll see how it goes. I'm not a big forehand guy. That's why you don't see me throw forehands often. But I'm curious to see how this would behave on a forehand. And I'm shooting my forehands with a split finger grip. It just feels better in my hand. It allows me to get my hand in the right angle as opposed to, you know, throwing like this. If I get that split grip, then I got a bit more. I can actually snap it better. All right, let's see if this is actually gonna turn over in my hand. Let's put it on a bit of hyzer, see if we can't get it to flip up. Okay, well, that's a yes, I think. All right, let's try these other guys on a forehand. See if we can't get the same kind of reaction out of them. Yeah, nice flip up, a little bit of turn. I might have to start throwing forehands. Neutron. A little bit of turn. Oh, all right. That's short. I know it looked really good, but that was quite short. And, you know, I wouldn't really ever consider forehanding these, but again, why not? Why wouldn't I? It behaves so beautifully. It's not so overstable like with my zone, where I really gotta compensate for the overstability. I mean, those went pretty friggin' dead straight, didn't they? All right, last one. Let's see if we can go 4 for 4. Oh, no, I can't. Ooh, all right, 3 for 4, not bad. All right, so with the exception of the first one, or the last one rather, that all these pretty much give me a putt. Let's give it a try. More putts. Let's go more putts in the putter reviews, shall we? Set up. We're going to come back to the furthest one here, and we'll putt from this disc. I'm going to pace it off here again, just for curiosity's sake. 1, 3, 10. So about 30 feet. This is just inside the circle. Sticks that way. 1, 2, 3. Oh, just about. Well, all 3 of those turned out really good. All right, let's move on. Let's throw a couple holes. There's a couple holes here that I want to see. Just a Silva Saarinen one. I think we got a pretty good idea that these all fly very much the same. That Total Eclipse might be a hair more overstable, but I think with a little bit of torque, you're going to just get a beautiful dead straight flight out of all of them. Here we are on hole 4. We've adjusted the T-pads a little bit, so this one now plays about 218 feet. It could be just about at the outside limit of this disc for me. And obviously as well, this is a hyzer shot. So what I'm going to be testing here is how well does this thing hold a hyzer line. We saw it at the last throws that if you put it on a bit of hyzer, it should hold it. So let's see if we can't get this all the way down there. Off in the distance, you see 2 baskets on the screen. It's the left basket. It's the protected one. That other one is way the heck down there. So, but I've zoomed in. So let's see if we can't get this on a nice hyzer line. Not too much hyzer, just enough. And yeah, not bad. I'm going to give that another throw because that actually did hold the line really, really well. I just missed my line. So let's run down and grab it and give it another rip. Okay, let's try that again. I'm going to use the T-pad geometry. Now that I actually have a T-pad here, I want to use the T-pad geometry because I just wanted to go a little bit further right of that first throw. Kind of right at those small trees. Just like that. Pretty straight. And a little bit of a kick, but that should be pretty parked. All right, so I didn't really get a ton of hyzer on that, but it certainly held a beautiful straight line. And lucky I got a kick at the end there. Let's see how close we got. Yeah, it hit that last tree and stopped. I got about another 30-foot putt. See if I can't put that in. Maybe under 35. Maybe under 30. Oh, no, yipped it. All right, hole number 5. This one didn't really change much, but the T-pad shuffled a couple feet this way, which brings this big tree on the left into play. But this is going to allow me to put this on a bit of an anhyzer, see if it'll hold that line. And not too much anhyzer. I don't want it to drift too far to the right. I just want it to head out and straighten up. Pretty much just like that. Get it. Woo. Very nice. That was perfect. That's exactly what you want a Proxy to do. See where it landed. Hope it didn't skid too far past. That can be the miss sometimes. Oh no. We're good. Ha! Here's to not having a 30-foot putt. Birdie it is. All right. All right, here we are, hole number 16. You've seen me throw this a bunch of times from about 20 feet further forward, so let's see if we can't get this, pump it all the way down there. Get a full throw on it. Definitely going to want a turnover. Oh, pretty good, pretty good. It stayed straight. Let's go give that another rip. Now that is what I'm talking about, margin of error. I threw that poorly. I mean, it wasn't a terrible throw, but it wasn't what I wanted it to do. I wanted it to turn over. It threw pretty dead straight, but that still left me about a 40-foot putt. There's an outside chance for a long birdie. And no matter what, that's generally a par. Let's see if we can't pump this out there, give it a little bit more anhyzer, and get it close to the basket. Too much. Oh, third time's a charm. Nice drift. All right, a little bit too high, but still, that's within about 15 or 20 feet. All right, so we got it on a bit of an anhyzer line. It wasn't perfect, but that was enough. And it gives me a putt, I think. So let's finish up again. Like I said, the Proxy is probably one of the most popular discs in the whole world, especially in the putter category. Why don't throw it? I don't know, because it flew really, really great for me today. I might actually bag that, pull the Rico out, and put this disc kind of in conjunction with the range and kind of have them fight for a spot. Because I'm really happy with how this flew today. Once I get that anhyzer line figured out, I think might be better off. But, so, again, one of the things I wanted to shout out was Alex and Richard at Tombstone Discs. They're fantastic guys. They are just a staple of the disc golf community here on Vancouver Island. If you're from Vancouver Island, you know them. They sponsor tournaments. They're out playing tags. They're out all the time. And they have a humongous selection of discs on their site. And the nice thing about the island is that I can go down and I can order this and I can pick them up and then play a couple rounds in Nanaimo if I need to. So, yeah. Thanks for coming out today. Thanks for watching me throw this thing into the trees. You're not going to often see me throw bad shots, but I think that this one was important to see just how forgiving that disc is. Let me make sure I can see what I need. And got a putt here. How many left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So about 25 feet. All right, let's finish it off with a nice putt. How about? Oh, just about. Guess what? I think I need to get out and practice my putting. Get out, practice your putting. Just take strokes off your game. And we'll see you next time here on Greybeard Disc Golf. Ugh.